Yeah, before I get started with the review of this movie House Shark, I want to give this is like a thing of a tale of two thumbnails. I want to thank Tony Town for sending me this awesome thumbnail. And he sent to me on Twitter, and I asked if he could be kind of sent to me through email. I want to make sure to include it in the video. And I tell about my story behind Tony Town, how I found out about Tony Town at the beginning of this review. And this is the one that Tim Sands sent me. And I also wanted to thank him. He sent it to me on Facebook. And I wanted to say, I talk about how I met Tim Sands at the beginning of this review too. I hope you like this review of House Shark. A really crazy review. It says Shark House is supposed to be House Shark. Oh well. Hey, my Legion, how you all doing today? I'm here today with a review of the movie House Shark, and it's kind of a tale of two thumbnails. Tim Sands made me a thumbnail for it. Sent to me Facebook. I know Tony Talent, my buddy, other buddy. I've known each other. I've known each other for a long time. Sent it to me on Twitter. Then I wasn't able to download it, and I asked if he could email it to me, and I said sure. I've known each both Tim Sands and Tony Talent for a long time. Tim Sands was my very first subscriber way back in February 2013. Well, I didn't know what the heck I was doing on my. Well, I was putting up just unusual comedic videos, right? And then Tony Talent, I found him out back in summer of 2013 through Trav Tries contest when you're supposed to imitate Trav. And they both sent me some of those. I want to put that up before this video starts. Show them both off. And a while back, 2017, early in the year, I believe it was 2017, Tony Town asked if I could do a review, a reaction review of the trailer for a movie called House Shark. The House Shark in the House. Like, oh man, what do I think of next? I reviewed that, and then that was about it for House Shark. I didn't find out much information, and it came out finally. I saw it was free, available on Amazon Prime for free if you have Amazon Prime, and I watched it last night. And it's one thing that has to be said. Usually, a lot of these crazy shark movies are between like 80 minutes to 95 minutes, unless it's like a big theatrical production like Jaws. Or I don't know how long Jaws 2 was. Probably Jaws 2. This is before there was Or The Meg. The Meg was 2 hours, I think. Or like Deep Blue Sea was like an hour 45 or something like that. This movie is an hour and 42 minutes. And it was directed by Ron Bonk, who did a whole bunch of other stuff that I remember reviewing for the Horror Fest. Mine was the Judge's Horror Fest, including She Kills and also Night of Something Strange, which I thought was really good, and no one ever. I thought it should have been accepted into the fest, but no one else agreed with me. I thought it was a great movie. Night of Something Strange. If you get a chance to see it, it's really off the wall. It really is. It's a great movie. Well, anyways, House Shark came out, and it revolves around a shark that hangs out in this guy's house, and it starts off father and son. And there's a babysitter there, and father's talking with his kid, and stuff like that. So I gotta go, and he went to some dating website, and he sees the girl, and he's like, "Hey, Frank," like that, and it wasn't exactly the picture he was promised. And he said, "Well, I gotta go, son. You make sure you watch him talking to the babysitter." So he goes out, and it's a horror comedy, and it's very much like a take on Jaws, and they have like references to the movie Jaws a lot, and they say we need a bigger house because the shark's in the house, and he leaves, and then the girl and and the kid, they talk a little bit, and they say, I heard some. Could you leave the night light? I heard some breathing in the house or something weird like that. And he says probably some killer like that. Nah, I'm just kidding, mess with you. And then you see her going past, and you see a fin go through the one room. And then you see, whenever you see the shark travel, it kind of goes like a blue light. And then you see it go, and it's like, kind of like the Jaws theme. She goes on the toilet. and the shark is through the pipes or something like that, and then the father comes back, and it wasn't the day didn't go by that well, and then you hear screaming, she gets killed through the toilet with the shark, and it's very gruesome and gory and bloody. And there's nudity; she gets completely naked when she's on the toilet, which is different. And after that, him and the son are sleeping. It says 2 months later, him and his son are sleeping outside in a tent, and he has like a little grill going in, and they heat up cans of beans, and they have like beans, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So I can't take this anymore, the kid. And his wife comes out of the way. His name's Lady Bird. It's pretty funny. And you know, he said, "You can't live outside. You gotta go back in the house." And this realtor's trying to sell the house, and the guy won't let anyone go in for a showing. And then they have like the real estate company said, "Man, you got to make sure." And they said, if you don't sell this house, your family will never see you again." And they open it, and the guys, some people get killed, and he tries to get this scientist to check out the house, and also this other guy that's supposed to be similar to Quinn from Jaws, named Abraham, and all three go in the house and to try to fight this shark. I don't want to give away any more. I don't do spoilers and stuff, but I mean, the shark looks like the land shark from Saturday Night Live, pretty much. And that's the shark. I mean, it's really silly. It's very ambitious for such a low budget film. And there's when they do underwater stuff, the way they do it's really clever. And they have lots of gore and stuff like that. A lot of the gore is CGI, and some of it's practical. It's very entertaining, but it's long, though. You definitely feel the hour and 52 minutes. But that doesn't mean it's not a bad movie. It's a great movie. And it's really funny, too. I mean, but not... And, I mean, there's lots of other goofy stuff in it, but it's like Jaws because you see the shark somewhat, and then you get to know the three people, the scientist, gruff captain, and then a cop, which is the guy's dad. And it's kind of like Jaws in that way, because you know the character, and then they try to fight the shark and stuff. It's really different. I like the movie. You do feel the runtime, an hour 52. When Jaws came out, like boom, 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 it went, it doesn't, it goes to try to be like a parody of Jaws. It's not as great as Jaws, but it's very entertaining. I give House Shark 8.5 out of 10. I really enjoy it. I want to thank both Tim Sands and Tony Town for sending me thumbnails for the movie House Shark. And until next time, bye, please. Take care of my legion. Baby Gee.